The Kryptonite Series 2 lock has been a great lock, but the Transit Flex Frame bracket was very confusing for me, and the included instructions weren't much help. So here's what I've learned. Here's the bracket that your U-lock snaps into while you're riding your bicycle around. Note that the top rotates around, which allows you to change the orientation of the mounted U-lock relative to your bike. Here's the bracket attachment on the U-lock. Notice this screw on it. Unscrewing this a little bit with the included hex key allows you to change the orientation of the U-lock relative to the mounted bracket. With these two adjustments, you have an enormous amount of flexibility in where you can have your U-lock mounted while riding. Take these two pieces and play around with different spots on your bicycle to hold your U-lock. You could mount it on your top tube, and have your lock hang down parallel to your bicycle, or you could mount it to your seat tube or you could mount it along your down tube. Make sure the spot you choose won't interfere with the movement of your shifter and brake cables, and that your U-lock won't be in the way of your moving legs. Once you've found a good place where you'll hang your U-lock on your bicycle, and you've oriented the black plastic bracket and the swiveling piece of metal on your U-lock to their proper positions, you can start the mounting process. Once you start mounting the bracket, you'll be unable to rotate this anymore. So be sure it's in the position you want before you start the process. Here's the rubber grip that's going to go onto the nylon belt. This helps mount the grip to your bicycle frame and prevents it from sliding around. When attaching to thick bicycle frames, you can use the entire length of the grip. If you have a thick tube and wish to use the full rubber strip, I recommend threading the nylon belt through one of the middle rubber patches, as my nylon started slipping down beneath the rubber grip. For thinner tubes, such as my demonstration tube, you'll want to use a subset of them. When you mount it, make sure most of the rubber is facing inwards, so it sits between the nylon belt and your bicycle tube. Push the rubber grip as far up the attached end as you can. Here's my demonstration bicycle frame tube. Yours will still be part of your bicycle when you do your install. Wrap the nylon belt around the tube and thread the belt through the slit on the other side of the piece of metal. And then make it as taut as you can. Next, place the plastic bracket over top while still holding the nylon belt taut. You may want a second person to help during this step. Once attached, screw in the screw at the top of the bracket. I recommend only holding the short end of the hex key while you're tightening it down, because I broke my screw. If you do break your screw, the screw is a hex cap screw of size number 8-36, also known as number 8 fine, with a total length of 3/4 inches. Just a reminder, the flexible cable that comes in this package is meant to lock up additional parts of your bike, primarily your wheels, and not your frame. Always use the U-lock to secure your bicycle frame to an immovable object first, and then use the cable to secure your wheels or other items you don't want stolen to the U-lock. Looping the flex cable around a wheel rim and then through one of its eyelets allows you greater length of the usable cable. You can then take the other end and secure that to your U-lock.